Hey, what's happening, folks? This is Double G Outdoors TV coming back at you here. Hey, got a couple things we're going to try out today. We're trying out a new lake here, really low on the bank, shallow Hoover Dam, and also going to do a little review on a telescopic rod that I've had for a while and haven't used. So I'm just going to keep it in the truck. I'm actually on call, so I got a little bit of downtime here between calls. So I'm going to try this lake out for a little bit and hopefully make a video out of it. So stay tuned, and we'll get back with you. Alright, so we got a little hike through the woods here down to the water. As you can see, everything's down. Windy day, but just want to throw around, just want to fish, really. That's really what we want. This place is known for crappie, really good crappie. I have yet to get the boat here. And I've finished up winterizing because it is winter and deer season here and kind of tied up right now. So I'm gonna go down here and throw around a little bit with this telescopic rod that I'm gonna start keeping in my truck just for videos and things like this. Thought this lake is really good for catfish and saw guy and crappie. Really good for crappie too. So stay tuned and we'll get back with you here as soon as we get down here and see what we got. All right. Well, it's a great place to catfish. A lot of big ones here. Flats, flatheads, and blues. So, today, we're going to be reviewing the Placino telescopic rod. It's literally just a combo deal. The reel's a little too big. Don't really care for as big as it is, but hey, it'll work in a pinch, right? Completely better than not fishing at all. So I can keep this in my truck, keep right on trucking. And you know, if you watch the channel, that I've broke a couple rods this year. I broke several rods this year by accident. Me or someone else in my family has closed the door. They've been snapped. It's been pretty awesome. But I thought it said on here what length it is, so it does. You have to, I believe it's a 6'6" or a 7. I can't remember exactly. I think it's a 6'6" telescopic rod. So I've never even had it in the water, and I've had it for quite a while. Reel's too big, like I said. Reel's too big, but hey, for what we're doing with it, I'm not gonna sweat it right now. Not gonna sweat it. We're gonna grab us a jig and just throw out there, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves. I got a little red jig head on there, and I think I'm gonna throw a little Junebug action at it. So I just got some new Junebug baits in from Rebel Angler, like a trial pack. And it's got some decent looking baits in here. It's got a little bit of everything though for bass. There's bass and swim baits and like little stinger style. So why not? Let me give it a shot here. Now this is probably a 6-pound test. probably 6-pound test. I don't remember what I spooled it with when I first got it, which was quite a while ago. I think so far the rod's a little stiff, but it's telescopic, so you know that's kind of what you're looking at. All right, now we're ready to try it again. Ready to try it again. All right, being I assume this is pretty shallow, we're not going to let it sink too far. Just a nice slow retrieve. I'm having to throw it really hard because that's a 6-pound test. But, ooh, we're hooked up. We are hooked up, folks. Looky there, looky there. You know what that is? That's a saw guy, folks. We got us a saw guy on the Placino. All right, little guy, calm down. And these are a big deal right now. If you've seen all the boats out here trying to catch these. So look at the mouth and the teeth on that. Pretty fish, really good eating too. Eat as good as a walleye. All right, back in there. So far, Rebel Angler. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. And man, I'll tell you right now, I don't even know what the wind is right now. But she's stout. Now those fish there, I believe you're only allowed, it's either 5 or 6 in Ohio a day. And I do not understand why my line is just jumping. Maybe that thing's just bouncing off the bottom that much. I really do wish this was a smaller reel though. Wish I can change the reel. So far, folks, new place. Just got a bite right there. We're fishing a new place. I already caught a fish. New rod. One, you know, new old rod anyway. So even if I just get a short out of this, that's awesome. I've already had a honest review. Now, one thing I can tell you, the one thing I've noticed is this is a very short handle, which I don't mind for what we're doing. You know, that's very short. You know, it's comparison. That's how long it is past the handle here. But anyhow, this is perfect for these kind of trips when, like I said, I could stop here in the evenings. I could have been doing this all year without breaking my fishing rods. Now, if you remember my Allen Creek show here recently, I told you that they used Allen Creek to fill another lake that supplies all of pretty much Columbus's drinking water. This is the lake they are supplying. Allen Creek's lake supplies this lake. So I can tell you one thing. For doing and throwing what I'm throwing, I need lighter line. And a smaller reel would be tremendous. I honestly think it's just the way that jig head is, and that's just a knockoff jig head, just a round ball jig. See, there's people. This is only a 9.9 lake, so you don't get all the horsepower here that a lot of the others get. So, and they don't allow you to even put your big motor in the water here. You can't load your boat with your big motor or nothing. You have to literally drag it on. That's a city ordinance. All right, folks, so outside it being a little stiff, I mean, because it is a telescopic and it has to have a little bit of backbone, otherwise it'd be a flimsy piece of garbage. I can dig on this. I mean, I straight up can dig on it a little bit. Well, I've already caught a fish on it. No, it wasn't no monster or nothing, so I don't know how it feels with a big old boy. This is literally all I brought is these 2 little tackle bags. It's got some jig heads in it, and jigs and jig heads, and this thing. And it literally folds down to this size right here. So it's a Placino, 12+1 gear, ball bearings. It's really supposed to be nothing smaller than 8-pound line because it's a 3000 series rod. So like I said, really too big of a reel for me. Even if it's a 2000 size reel, I would rather have that on here than this one. Still may change that out, pick me up a 2000 size series. Definitely need lighter line and a smaller reel for sure with this outfit. Outside that, it'll be all right. I think I like it for what it's for. All right, folks. Well, we're gonna call it. Look here. This is what I'm talking about. This thing is not even as long as my forearm. Probably 15 inches long. It's solid. Made by Placino. So look them up. They do make good nets. They have floating nets that are actually really good. So it's probably worth a look. Yeah, so reel it up. 3000 series reel. Don't like it. It's a cheap reel. So again, you could put 8 or 10 pound test on this and bass fish with it and have 0 problems. I'm not really geared up for that or rigged up for that right now. If you know anything about my channel right now, not that I don't love bass fishing, I'm just not bass fishing right now. You'll probably see a little more of that content coming as soon as I get my other boat, which I am going to probably get another boat, and it's going to be a bass boat, so I actually can do some true blue bass fishing, and I want more room while I'm crappie fishing on the deck. So, all right, well, if you like what you're seeing, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. All right, folks, well, we're gonna call this one. I got to kind of do what I wanted to, monkey around this for a little bit here while I was in town here close to Hoover Dam. Didn't get on no real fish. I mean, I caught that one saw guy, but anyhow, I got to do what I was wanting to do, which is test out this telescopic rod that I'm wanting to leave in my truck for days I get off work early or whatever, so I can try to stop and hit some holes before weather gets completely out of hand. But at least if somebody breaks in and steals this one, I can replace it for about 20 bucks, 25 at the most. And this is all right. I'm gonna end up changing the reel, lighten the line up. I suggest that if you want to throw far. I got 6 pound on it. It's not throwing far enough for where I wanted to reach, so I'll be putting 4 pound test and a different reel on it. But outside that, it is definitely a solid reel, or a solid rod. You could bass fish with it, like I said, no problem with 10 pound, 8 pound line. You know, not bad. So hey, if you like what you're seeing, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that alarm bell button, that way you're notified when content comes out. And hey, we'll talk to you later. You guys have a good weekend.